Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. If you're looking for value stock ideas, you've come to the right place, because that's what we're going to talk about now with Tracey Ryniec, a value stock strategist at Zacks.com. Brought a couple of interesting ones here to talk about with us today. Cato Corporation, C-A-T-O, the ticker symbol. You've talked about this before.
I have.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's been a while, but what industry are they in again?
They're retailers.
Retailers.
And they do women's clothing and accessories, kind of across the line of juniors, or girls, juniors, misses, plus sizes. They're in 31 states and mainly in strip malls. And they're kind of on the lower value end of the shopping scale, which is why I have covered them a couple times, because the value retailers have been doing really well, and they're mainly still value stocks. But Cato's kind of interesting because they kind of had a sour read on what the first quarter was going to look like in mid-March. And they, expected sales to be down 3% to flat. That's not that great, given kind of, they were doing fairly decently up until then. And they said it was still a difficult economy. And then on April 8th, they announced their March sales, because they still do the monthly sales reports. And they blew it out of the water for March suddenly. And sales were up 26%, and same-store sales were up 24%. And they did say it was because Easter fell, a little bit earlier this year in March. And then the warm weather, everybody was out shopping apparently across the country.
Sure.
But that's like a big disconnect compared to what they said only a couple of weeks before. They also raised guidance, as you can see here. The estimates are jumping now because they raised the guidance from 79 cents to 83 cents. We only have one estimate on this company, actually, and the estimate is at 83 cents. And they, they report in May, so we have a little time to figure out, kind of what's going on here. But they did say that they could steal some sales in April, or from April in March. But still, these are tremendous numbers for this kind of company.
I guess it is the number one.
Well, it is. It did switch to a number two just a couple days ago, but it was a number one when I wrote about it. But the estimate picture all looks really great here, as you can see. And the chart, it is at 2 years highs off of this news. It surged, but it's not that expensive. It's trading a little over 13 times. It also pays an excellent dividend of 2.8%, which is high for most companies, let alone a retailer. So you get some good value in a dividend also while you're owning the stock. So
yeah, and we're talking about this, by the way, on the 20th of April. So if you want to go a couple of days back on the calendar, you'll have an idea of what Tracey was referencing time-wise there. Another stock that you've written about recently, Autoliv, I guess is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Autoliv, auto whatever. ALV, the ticker symbol. I know that for a fact. They're in the auto business?
Well, yeah.
Auto products?
Yeah, the product side. They are what their name kind of implies. They manufacture safety equipment for cars, so it's like airbags, seat belts, things like that.
I see.
And they're one of the biggest manufacturers in the world of these items, and so all the car companies around the world are their customers. And as you can imagine, given what had been going on in the auto industry, last year wasn't too good for them. But things are really turning around.
It's a Chinese company?
No, it's a U.S.
U.S. company?
Yeah.
Okay.
But things are really turning around because of China, basically.
Yeah.
Chinese sales, auto sales, were up 76%, I think it was, in the first quarter, year over year, which is tremendous. And the company also came out about a month ago and said that the sales forecast was going to be much higher than they anticipated for the first quarter, and also their operating margins were going to be better. And that was on North American sales boost plus Asia sale boost. So you can see if they're selling more cars in China, they're going to sell more of the safety equipment that has to go in them. So, the estimates are all really jumping on that sales guidance upgrade. And you can see, the big uptick here, both for this first quarter and for the year. They actually report on April 27th, so we'll find out next week kind of what's going on with them. But the chart is interesting. They're not at a 52-week high, or actually maybe they are at a 52-week high. They're not at the 2-year high yet,
okay.
But give them time. All these companies are kind of getting the 2-year highs, and it's a good story because autos are rebounding here.
All right. Do you own either of these two?
I do not.
Check out other Zacks Rank Buy stock ideas at our homepage, Zacks.com. Upper right-hand corner, that's where we put 4 new stock pick ideas for you daily, one in each of the investment categories that we write about on Zacks.com. And with Tracey, I'm Terry Ruffalo.